All right, welcome back to another episode of Teacher Nerds. I'm Ron Nover,
I'm Joe DePaulo.
and we want to thank you all for listening.
Part 2, Ron, this is a big one.
Yeah, part 2 of things to try for next year.
It'll never happen.
Yeah. We have a few here. Let's touch on the one that I know we've talked about and you use in your class, whole brain teaching.
Whole brain teaching is great.
I mean, I know you love it.
And, I went into other third grade classrooms to do our design thinking thing.
Right.
I went into the fourth grade classrooms, and that's the first thing I say is, guys, thank you for letting me come in. When I want everyone's attention, I'm going to call class. And then I pick on the kids that had me before. When I call class, what happens? And, without any training, Ron,
right.
and the kids get wild and they get crazy, and I like to have fun and make fun of them and tell jokes and stuff like that. Like, I want to interact with the class. And when it does get wild and they are calling out and giggling and having their own conversations, a simple class gets them all turned around and
you can pull it all back
just like that
attention.
with one quick word. And then, we're doing fairy tale editions. So instead of just saying class, once they start to get it, it's class once upon a time. And they respond with, yes, in a land far, far away.
Right.
And, they're motioning, they're going through things, and their hands on their forehead and they're looking right at me. It's you got to have fun in the class.
Yes,
and how many times do you yell at kids for talking in class?
Right.
Now you give them things that they can move, they can say, and
you get those motions in there. And that's Chris Biffle, right?
Chris Biffle, yep. And there's all kind. I was actually on whole brain teaching the other day. You can be a whole brain certified teacher with the different levels, and the resources that he has up there. It's all free. And
he has the scoreboard, right?
Scoreboard,
so again, you're not calling out one student for a problem, right? You're not singling anybody out. It's the class versus you to see who wins.
And it's great because that one little thing, and before lunch, if they have more smiley faces, they get an extra minute of recess.
Right.
So you make up so much time.
Right.
With not having to bring kids back to attention and not have to deal with little disciplinary problems. You make up so much time.
Right.
That 1 minute you might lose, it's nothing.
Right. And that's it. You put this all in place in the beginning of the year.
We spend all September working through whole brain teaching routines.
Right. But the time you save it's
unbelievable.
Extraordinary.
And it's great because especially this time of the year.
Right.
The kids are done.
Right. Everybody's kind of checked out. Testing's over, right, man?
You can come down that hallway and more times than not, people walk into our class and they go, so quiet in here.
Right.
It's like, because they come in, they know
what's
going
routine,
on, they know what's expected of them. They want smiley faces on the scoreboard. Right. So anytime they get a compliment,
they're getting a smiley
face on the scoreboard. And it really works. And you know what? There's times it's nice out. They don't win. I don't give it to them.
Right.
Well, I hold them accountable.
You hold accountable. Right.
And it's great because my thing is we can't even tie.
Right.
Nope.
Tie doesn't go to the runner.
If a tie's like kissing Aunt Mildred, and no one wants to kiss Aunt Mildred. And they learn and they watch the scoreboard, man.
Right.
They watch the scoreboard. They start to learn. Oh, I'm going to do smiley face if I say 7 times 3 is 21 because if I have 3 groups of 7. So now all of a sudden our answers start to get a little better.
Okay.
They start to explain things in words.
Right.
Which guess what? Eventually on the test.
That's
they
what
have to explain.
Yeah,
so if they can talk about it, it does transfer nicely over into writing about it.
So definitely something to check out.
I love whole brain teaching, and
even for the classroom management part of it.
Most definitely, they have classroom norms like raising your hand quickly,
right.
following directions quickly. It's and the last one, make your dear teacher happy.
Right.
If the teacher's
covers
happy,
everything. Right.
Well, most definitely, and it starts with respect, though.
Right.
It's and we talked about this right before our show. If you give these kids respect, if you show them, I'm here to respect you.
I care about you, and
I care about what you do. I care about how you feel. I care about how you are at the end of the day.
Right.
They start to catch on like, hey, you know what? Maybe he really does care about me. So when I do have to bust my butt on this NJSLA,
right.
I might because I've made such a good
connection
with my teacher.
Yeah.
And like I said, I went into all these other classes that did not do whole brain teaching, and just like that, you're able to get them. So
it doesn't take long to get that, especially the class. Yes, because you can, and I've used it in the past, and you can be silly, and it's just a call and response, right? So it's however I say class, they respond yes. So I'll sing class in an opera voice, like I'll do it with an Australian accent. Yeah, not a good Australian accent, but I'll do my best, right? And they're listening then because they want to be able to respond in that silly fashion as well.
And it's fun.
Right.
And
it's just fun.
You have to be able to make class enjoyable.
Right.
Because why else, they have to be here. They're forced to be here.
Right. We're here by choice.
Right. Make it enjoyable for them.
Absolutely.